Good morning, my friends. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Tanya at Sidegigcrafts, and I am here today to welcome you. First of all, thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, I've been mess making, got a little ink on my hands that won't wash off. So glad you're here to join me today. We are going to be talking about the letter G and how it relates to junk journaling. We are going through this alphabet together. This is a collaboration hosted by Tony and Margaret at Craft. Oh, Tony, I mess it up every time. Crafty by Tony and Seven Plaza, which is Margaret. So thank you so much for being here. We are in letter G and we're doing gusset pockets today, guys. Like I said, I've been mass making. I've got covers for little tiny refillable journals here. I've got refillable journals over there. I've got other journals over there. I got in progress over there. I got so much stuff on my desk, but these are scraps left over from those projects. And I'm trying to use up my papers and get them out of here, clean off my desk. I've got so many more to do. So I'm going to make some gusset pockets. Gusset pockets are amazing for journals. You can use them several different ways. You can make them all different shapes and sizes. Well, maybe not all different shapes, but the different sizes for sure. And they're just a great thing to have. You can use them in your journals. You could use them as a standalone. You could use them even in something like this, you know, a tiny little journal cover. This is going to go, it's going to be so cute. It goes like this. Isn't it cute? And then they're going to be refillable. We could put a gusset journal in maybe or gusset pocket in one of these maybe. I don't know. We're just going to make the pockets and I'll show you how you can use them. Okay. So we're going to do this together. I've got these, you don't have to use this size, but these, not this one, that one's off. That one's different, cut different. These are leftovers from the same project. They were all cut the same. This one is 4.5 by 3.5. These are 2.5 by 3.5 because I already checked them. And if I don't use these today, I'm going to use them for ATC cards because they're exactly the right size. So I'm going to hold on to those just in case. We're going to put those over here actually. And we'll use these first. We are going to, now again, you don't have to use this size. This is just what I have. This is a scrap that I have. This is one great way to bust through some of those scraps and have something in your stash to use in your journals. So we're going to take this card on the long side. Well, you can use it on the long side or the short side. We're going to use it on the long side because we're going to take away some of this length. So what we're going to do, we are going to use our scoreboard. We're going to put a mark at 1/4 inch on the left side. We're going to put a mark at 1/4 inch on the bottom. Oops, on the bottom. Try to stay in that groove, T. And then on the other side, we're going to make a couple different ones. This one is the first one. Okay. And I'll show you a couple different ways with different size pockets. So we've got a little square in here. I don't know if you can see it, but where those grooves lined up, there's a square right there. All right. So what we're going to do on the squares, we're going to cut just up to that little corner, removing some of the bulk out of there. And then up here, this is the flat side. We did not score that side. We're going to take a little tiny piece off there. We're going to take a little tiny piece off there. Don't go over the score line. We're just taking some of the bulk out, make it easier. Then we're going to, I like this side, fold this way on the score line, this way on the score line, this way on the score line. There we go. Pretty cute, right? We're gonna do grungy today. Grungy gusseted pockets. Yes, because that's another G word and I like it and I want to. So we're going to grunge these up a little bit and use up some ink. We don't have to go too crazy with it. You don't have to do this part. This is just for fun. If you like grunge, we're also going to talk about guests in the craft room. That's right. Guests starts with the letter G and so does Gretchen. So make sure to stick around to the end. I'm going to put a video of little Gretchen. Hopefully maybe I can catch her doing zoomies. She gets so excited sometimes I can get her to do zoomies or maybe a dance for you. Maybe I can get her to do a little dance for a treat. You think you could do that, Gretchen? She's guffawing over there at me. Another G word. I'm going to put a little notch right here. You don't have to do that either, but I like to, and you can even do it off center like that, as if I intended to. All right. So what do we do with this? Well, you can do a lot of things. You can glue this directly into your journal. You know, just put it directly into your journal like that, and you're going to have a gusseted pocket. What's the benefit of a gusseted pocket, you ask? Well, that's a really great question, my friends. So if you were to make a gusseted pocket, you actually have a little bit more room in here. It's going to give you a little more slip and slide. If you just glue this down, it's going to be a tighter fit. So you can't put as big of things in there. Now you could put just a little bit more in there, a folded note or something. You could put more in it, which is good. And it doesn't have to add a lot of bulk. So a gusseted pocket just allows for more room. Now I'd like to make some standalone gusseted pockets. And I think I want to find something else that would go kind of coordinate on the back there. That would be very pretty, some standalone pockets. So what we're going to do is take this one. I wonder if, no. Okay, we're going to go this way. Standalone pockets. We're going to use tape today. No, we're not. We're going to use glue. It's another G word. Absolutely. Let's talk about glue. There are different glues. Now, if you're having problems with your glue buckling, or I think if I can think of a G word that works with what I'm trying to say. I can't, but if you have trouble with it warping or buckling or anything like that, you might be using a water-based glue. Papers don't tend to like water a lot of times, so you want to make sure that you're using a proper glue. Some glues that I love, and well, my favorite is Barely Arts glue. The glue that I'm using today is not Barely Arts glue, even though it's in my bottle. So I do have to tell you that. So if you see me sliding this around a little bit, it's because I'm not used to using this glue. I'm just trying to use this glue up. This glue that I am using right now is actually this one. It's okay. It's all right. It works. But I'm not super happy with it. It's super wet. The water seems to be, it's not my favorite at all. This is my favorite Barely Arts glue. But that other glue is what's in this bottle right now, just so I can use it up. And then I'm going straight back to Barely Arts. But I don't like wasting it. I don't like wasting it all. So, but there are lots of different ones to choose from. Barely Arts is my favorite. Art glitter glue, I am told it works really, really well. And people love it for the same reason I love my Barely Arts. I know that they do work a little bit differently. I have to tell you, I have not used the art glitter glue, but it is one of the top brands that I'm understanding, does a super job. So I would recommend it, just because of the great reviews I've heard. So there you go. Now we've got a gusseted pocket. This can, like I said, this can stand alone. You could put little treats in here, little special things for friends. You could put this in a flat envelope and mail it, probably. As long as it fits inside, and depending on what you put inside of it, of course. Now, we could do something else with this. We could make a little flap, which I would kind of like to do. And I'm thinking, let's see, I know that these papers are all different, so I'm going to be mixing and matching, which you can do if you want to. You don't have to do it. Something that fits. Excuse me. It's going to fit. I still want something that kind of matches, though. That would be nice. Oh, well, silly me. Why not this one? All right, let's go. We'll do this one. I'm just going to make a flap to go over it. Might as well just cut this in half. 3 1/2. That'd be 1 3/4, I think, if I did the math correctly. If not, it's close enough. Did I do it correctly? Pretty close. Okay. So I'm going to put this, I want this wide. How wide is that? That is now 4 inches. So let's cut back some of that. I want blue on both sides. So we'll go there just to make it pretty. And then I'm going to, we'll have the print go upwards. So let's go ahead and score at, let's just do 1/2 inch. Okay. And you don't have to do this either, but I like to, especially if it's a standalone, meaning it gets just tucked in or into a pocket or something in your journal and it's not glued in. I like to do it this way. And we'll even do that part. Okay, mind you, this is just using scraps, guys. We don't have to use any special papers, nothing like that. Just have fun with it. My glue is poudering. And we'll just put that right there. Okay, we'll fold that down. Isn't that cute? And you could put all kinds of little closures on here. You put strings on there. You could put, we're going to do a little button. A little button there. It's too tiny. There it is. It's right in front of my face. Right there in front of my face. You guys have seen me do these buttons before. Let me see. Is there a piece I don't like? There's not a piece I don't like. Of course I like it all. Okay. Let's use this one because that's fun. And it barely fits. Does it work? Is it going to work? It's barely going to fit. I don't want to waste it if it's not going to work. How about this one? This is wider. It is just a little bit wider. Let's go ahead and just use this one. It'll be all right. I'm going to use 3. You don't have to use 3. You could use 2. You could just use 1. And we're going to put a little bit, oh, I like that side better. Can you see? Okay. My birdies are chirping away today. They heard me come into the room and they were so excited. Somebody asked about them yesterday. I have 6 parakeets. I have 4 that I chose and 2 that were surrenders at the store. The 4 that I chose are babies. The 2 other ones are older. They're about 4 years old. They're brother and sister. The people had raised them since they were eggs. And unfortunately, they allowed them to breed and actually not encouraged it, as in that's what they wanted to do, but the way that the husbandry encouraged them to breed, and it caused health problems for the female. So the vet, she was egg bound and all kinds of not good things, and the vet told her, you have to separate them. So she tried to surrender just the one. I'm like, you cannot do that. They're 4 years old. They're bonded, you know, brother and sister. It's gonna stress them both out, and you know, they're not gonna make it. It's not gonna be a good thing. So I ended up, I couldn't do anything with them at the store. I couldn't take them at the store, so I told her I'd take them home if that was okay with her, and do what I could. So I've got them in a flight cage with a divider in between, but they can still sit next to each other and stuff, and they're just so happy, and they're doing so well, and even the female's doing well. So they're all right next to the cage with the others. So all 6 of them sit together, and even though they're not in the same cages, they still act like a flock, and it just makes me so happy. And they seem so happy in there, and I'm glad I took them. They're eating better, and you know, getting their vegetables and their grains and all the fun things. They get to fly around the house from time to time. I don't take them out as much as I'd like to because my cats are sneaky, and I'll think they're outside, and all of a sudden they come running around the corner. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? I think I put that just a little bit too high. I'm going to have to slide it down just a little. If I can. Can I slide it down just a little? No, but see, it didn't glue. And that's one of the things. that I like my glue better for. It didn't slide, but it didn't glue either. There we go. Just a little flap over that will help hold that down. I'm just holding it in place until it decides it wants to stick, which feels like forever. But we'll go ahead and put this aside because I don't think it's going anywhere. I can probably put something heavy on top of it, which could be, we'll just put that on there. I think that'll, it just needs to hold it in place. All right, so here's something. Let's make one. I think we can put three. Can we do three? Guess it. Three. Let's see. I'm doing it in my head. I think we have to do 3. So we'll go 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. So 1/4, 1/2, and at 3/4. And we're going to do the same here. All the way around, 1/4, not all the way around, 3 sides, 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4. We'll see what shape this one turns out to be because it's going to be kind of small, but I think it's going to be fun. 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4. All right, so we've got 3 lines on each side. You can see it better probably here. So we're going to cut the angle right here to cut this square out right here, okay? This is going to be a large pocket. Well, the pocket's going to be small, but it's going to be gusseted pretty big. And we'll go slightly, or we'll go slanted here up to that fold, up to the score line. There we go. All right. Now what we're going to do, we are going to fold these like an accordion. This way, this way, this way, except I'm doing it backwards. I wanted to go this way, then this way, and then this way. And I'll explain why in just a minute. So down, up, and then down. Down, come on, up. Oh, this paper's pretty thick. And then down. This paper is gorgeous too. I can't remember what collection it was. It is absolutely gorgeous. You do want to use strong paper though, because you're going to be putting these folds in and you want it to hold. All right, we're grunging, right? I won't put a thumb notch in this one. Get these little corners too, why not? Okay, and then we can always decorate these too. So the reason we went down first is so that this can glue onto the backing, right? And when we do, it's going to give us extra room because we've got all these little folds in there. So we're going to have some extra room in there, which is going to be great. Now this one is truly a really good size for this paper, which was thinner. Nice. Okay, or we can put it on this side. I do like that side. Let's do it on this side. All right. Now these can be a little bit tricky because there are so many folds, but I think we can handle it. We'll glue this one first. And I want to go to the edge there. Boop. Slide that just a little bit. There we go. Now, one thing with pockets, I do prefer to use glue because when you use tape, if you get it wrong and it slides out from under your paper, anything you put in that pocket may stick. Hi, Ammo. Another guest to the craft room. Ammo. Ammo is my big gray male fluffy kitty. He's the quiet one, so I'm surprised he came in and said something to me. All right, we can just burnish that down with our thumb or tool or whatever. Good morning. Did you eat your breakfast? put some glue on each of these little tabs right here. Carefully hold those down. And we can press it onto that back card right there. And hold that down. Okay. We'll just hold that for a minute or two. We're going to just make some different gussets today. Different gusset pockets. Like I said, these are great to have in your stash when you need something for your journal and you don't have time to do all this. You can just pick them up out of your box, your scrap, or not your scrap box, but your stash, and add them in. See how much space is in there? Because we've got those extra folds, so we can put those extra things in there. Okay. Now there are little holes at the bottom. We're not trying to put water or anything in there. You just got to make sure that they, you don't put anything too small in there. Of course, that'll fit through there, but that's okay because it's not going to show. It doesn't look ugly. It's all right. You could also, you could probably not cut your squares so big, but you know, it's fine. All right. So what we're going to do with this top part, you could leave it like this. It looks like kind of like a library card, but I really feel the need to fold it over. And let's see how far I could go. I'm going to score this again. I think I'm going to score it just above. So I'm going to score it, give it about 1/2 inch right there. And then this would be, how wide is that? About I did 1/4 inch for each one. 1/4 inch. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 8, or 3/8 of an inch up. So that's 3 lines up. That'll give it just a little more than 1/4 inch. And this is kind of a spine for that top flap. And we can have that like that. And then it's just a little pocket. Now, if you wanted to fold it flat, you could pull that back up this way, and this will be pinched shut. Or you can leave it open if you've got something thicker in there. So it would be this way. Or if you had something taller, you could even do it this way and pinch it shut. Or you can leave it open like that. So I won't put a closure on this one, just because I don't know which way I'm going to go with it when it's time. But I do have options. And I have a really cute closure too, or a cute top. Great way to use your scraps, guys. This is awesome. I also am trying to make things for a craft fair that I'm going to next month. So this might be one of those things. Maybe I'll put some little ephemera pieces or something in there and have it on my craft table. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But it's going to be great. And it's made. And it's pretty. Isn't that cute? Open it up. There's your flowers. Open it up. There's your treat. Done. Done deal. We've got 2 made. All right. Should we make one that just goes in the journal? I really love this paper. Really, really love this one. Let's do this one. This will just be a pocket we glue straight in. And we won't need it as, get over there. We won't need this one as thick. So let's just go to 1/4 inch. Just 1/4 inch. How many do you think we could make in an hour? Ooh, I missed that one again. I feel like there's a bump or something in there. Or maybe I'm just in too big of a hurry. I'm seeing so many beautiful things coming up in this collab, guys. If you have not checked out the other creators, please do. They are amazing. They are amazing. Like and subscribe to their channels. Heck, like and subscribe to this one too. Love to have you join my YouTube family. And it helps our algorithm so more people will see us. So you're helping in lots of ways, and it's free. And I know there's so many people that are offering lots of free tips and information. There's a lot of freebies out there yesterday I saw. I'm so excited about that. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about Happy Mail. And I am going to be giving out a Happy Mail tomorrow with my video. So make sure you watch that and follow along. And make sure that you follow the directions to if you're interested in receiving some Happy Mail from me. I'd love to share with you. You will have to participate to be entered, so make sure that you do. But somebody is going to receive some Happy Mail because I want to give back and appreciate you guys. So make sure that you're watching tomorrow's video because you could be a winner. You never know. It could totally happen. I've got plenty to share. All right, so there is a standalone. Now, again, we could just glue this into the book, or we could put it on another piece of paper. And I'm probably going to put it on another piece of paper because to store it, it's going to be easier. And actually, that looks really cute with that white paper behind there. I really like that. It's very clean, isn't it? So let's go ahead and add that. Boop. I do really like that. So, yep, make sure you're watching for that. Hit the notification bell and you will be notified every time I upload as well. If you think that you're subscribed to the channel, make sure, double check that subscribe button because sometimes YouTube likes to unsubscribe us from people that we don't watch as often. And if that's the case, you may not. Just because I show up in your feed does not mean you're subscribed. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. All right. And all your favorite creators, guys. Do that for all your favorite creators because it helps them out, for one. Costs you nothing. And it helps their algorithm. I know that sounds like it's a big word. The algorithm is important because it's a computer generated thing. And it says, hey, there's something going on over there. Look at all these people. And then it'll pump out the information and the videos to other people that haven't seen us before. So it's super important to us. It means a whole heck of a lot. It really, really does. Especially smaller creators. You have to have so many, how many is it? You have to have, I think if I remember correctly, 1,000. There's certain steps you have to get to get different benefits on YouTube, to be able to post different things and to be able to communicate with your group, with your community. And so it's really important to be able to, oh, that one's cute together. Those are really cute together. It's really important for them to reach those milestones, and you can help with that. So anyway, enough of that. Just like and subscribe. I think I'm going to put this one on this one. I really love the flowers. This is really, no, we're going to put the flowers as the pocket. Okay. And we're going to do this one the same way. We're just going to go 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, and 1/4 of an inch. Alrighty, and then we're gonna, same way, snip it, whoop, snip it, snip, one more time, thumb notch, fold, fold, fold. Isn't that gonna be pretty? Yep. Love it. Put some grunge on there. Just a little. Doesn't have to be much. Or don't. I'm going to, obviously. obviously. All right, there's that. That's super cute. Love it, love it, love it. We're going to glue that down. And this last one, I've got 3 more pieces, so it looks like it's getting a lid. Look at this. I've already made quite a few of them, and it's only been a half an hour. That's awesome. This is my 4th one. So they go pretty quickly. Doesn't take a long time. And you probably don't need a scoreboard, but boy, does it make it easier. You could do all the measuring and stuff, but on your own. But this makes it so much easier. Slide that just slightly. There, I think I got it. Hold that down for just a moment, too. And what I wanted to do on the other one, too, I'll go back around here and ink the edges on these. I don't want to pop that glue off there. I feel like it's stuck very well. Okay, and then this one. I think this one's my favorite so far. And we've got enough for one more cut. Ooh, that's going to be tough. Nope, that's not tough at all. It's going to go like this and then this way. This way. And then it can open up and be blue. Okay. We're going to do this the same way. The same way. We could do a tall one this way. Let's do that. Yeah, why not? Doesn't have to all be the same direction, right? And we're just going to go this way. We're not going to do the big, fat, chunky one. Just the simple one. Because these will fit best in our journals. They sure will. All right, and then I'm going to thumb hold this one. Thumb notch, please. Boop. There we go. Oops, I forgot to fold first. Oh, I like that. No. I do love that side, but I love the florals. I just love the florals on this side. This is the way I want to go. It's breaking my heart, though. I want it both. I want both. I can't have both. I have to choose. I hate that. That's probably why I've had this paper in my stash for so long. I couldn't choose. I finally used it. And I don't know that I have any more. I was trying to find all my double-sided paper last night. I don't have a lot of double-sided paper, guys. I don't know why. I don't know why, because it's good to have. Especially that's thick like this. Don't need a lot of glue, just enough. Okay, hopefully that's good. Put that here in the center. We'll hold that down. My little guest Gretchen is just sleeping away over there. She's tucking into her pillow. It's a little chilly here today, this morning. They said we had freeze warning, but I don't think it's that cold. But it's a little chill. A little colder than it's been the last week, I guess. Turned my heater on last night for a while and got too hot, so I had to turn that off. And I was going to put this lid on here, so I think I'm going to trim. No, well, okay, yeah, I think I'm going to trim around it. I could, anyway, I'm going to trim around it. It's going to be weird if I put that over. Careful not to cut the sides there. Don't want to cut the sides off after all that work. That part can come off. Okay, I don't mind the, well, I would say I don't mind the bottom, but I kind of do. So trim that back too. Okay. And then this pocket is now, how wide is this pocket? This pocket is now 3 inches. So we're going to cut this at 3 inches. And once again, I want to cut some of that blue. How far will we be? Perfect. Okay, there's 3 inches. And then I'm going to go ahead and score at, we'll go at 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to round the top. That's the wrong tool. The round top corners. This one and this one. We will fold right there. Right there, right there. And then we're going to ink it. Ink it, ink it, ink it. So we are building up our stash today, guys. I'm not going to totally dress these up because I don't know what they're going to be in yet. So we don't have to do that part. If you know what journal they're going to be in and you know how you want to decorate them, then it's perfect time to decorate them. But if you don't, you can leave them just blank like this and do that when it's time to put them into your journal. That did not seal. See, this is why I don't care for this glue. It just, oh wait, I forgot, it's gusseted. It's gonna come away. I'm like, oh no, it's the glue. It's not the glue. Oh yes, it is. That's not gusseted that much. It's just the one fold, so it should be flat, and it's not because it didn't stick. Look, it didn't stick there at all. What's happening? Did I just not put enough? I did put enough. All right, we'll hold it some more. I can be a little more patient. That's okay. I can. We'll just hold it. This one's really pretty. Again, it's that paper. The paper does all the work. If you're doing it right, your paper's going to do the work for you. But I had some beautiful papers last night that I was working with. My goodness. These are some of the ones I used. These are some of the scraps that I had left over. So I thought, let's just make tiny journals. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So my strips, I'm just making tiny journals with them. These are just the pieces I cut off. Luscious. Love them. All right. Now that you've been entertained while I glued. Stick this right here to the back. And we've got one more cutie right there. And you could put a Velcro closure on there. You could put a magnet closure on there. You could put another button closure on there. You could put a brad on there. You could put the thing with the thing and the string. You could do that. I'm not going to because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So that's it, guys. I used all my scraps that I had sitting here. Well, not all of them. I got a whole pile over there, but these were the ones that worked because they were big enough. So we've got, in just this short amount of time, in 40 minutes, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 under 10 minutes each. And we've got some beautiful gusseted pockets. See, ooh, that one still didn't glue. Okay, well, I'm going to have to get out my glue for this one, I guess, because this one just does not want to go. Good grief. Hopefully the other one's stuck okay. They seem to be. I'd use a clip, but I used them all in my projects last night. I've got a whole bunch of little tiny journals I'm going to show you guys later on. But we've got all these little cuties that we can stick things in. See, I can stick a whole finger in there because they're gusseted. I've got room. See, that one didn't glue either. Ah, that's frustrating. And then we've got, and this is the bigger one. So we've got lots more room in this one. We could put a whole hand in that one. See how great that works? So lots of beautiful item options. Whatever you decide to do it. Get out some papers, get out your scraps, get out your beautiful papers that you've been hoarding for a long time. Make something fun. Put it in your stash for later on. If you're not sure what to do on a particular day, you're just not feeling the mojo, this would be a great project for you. Get out some of those scraps and make some fun little pockets to put aside and build up your stash for one of those days when you do feel like journaling. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay right here because I'm going to show you Gretchen and my guests in the craft room. So thank you so much for being here. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for myself. Go check out those other creators. Do the same for them. We love y'all. I love y'all. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, Gretchen. Are you protecting the craft room? Are you being a good girl? You sure are. I love you. I love you.